guys, it's Brandy J here. I'm so excited about the product that I'm going to be bringing to you today. Today I picked up the LORAC Pro Palette from Ulta. I actually went to Ulta to get the semi-sweet chocolate palette by Too Faced, and the salesperson talked me out of it. So I ended up with this one instead. I'm pretty pleased with it. I created this eye look with it. I hope you guys like it. If you'd like to see how I created this look with the LORAC Pro Palette, please stay tuned. To get started, I've already primed my eye with the LORAC primer that comes inside of the palette. I've also put a little bit of concealer underneath that just to give it a little bit more stick. I'm going to start off with this pewter color inside of the LORAC palette here. Very, very pretty color. And I'm just going to take that on my BH Cosmetics brush. So from here, we're just going to start and cover my entire lid with that pewter to the outside, remembering that the lid comes all the way up to where your natural eye socket kind of ends. All right, let's smooth that out a little bit. So that's just the pewter. Then I'm going in with the light bronze, which is this color here. And that's going to go in the inner third of the eye. That's the light bronze. Going in and pulling it only to about a third of the way across the eye. So that way you could see maybe the light bronze, then the pewter kind of coming in together. All right, from there, we're going to go in with the champagne. And champagne is even lighter than the light bronze. And that's going to go in the inner corner. Like so. And that's just going to be to lighten this eye look up. And you're only going to keep that down to the lid area as well. Bringing it down and around into that tear duct corner area. Okay. Now we're going to go back in and touch those colors up, but that just gives us basically the base that we're starting out with. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my 224 brush, the fluffy brush from M.A.C. And with that, I'm going to just grab a little bit of the brown script, and that's going to be my crease color. So we're going to take that, starting at the base of the lid, putting a nice concentration of the color there at the bottom of the lid, and we're going to work it in a windshield wiper motion in the crease area. Okay, bringing it up also into, I guess you would consider this also your transition color. So you bring that up just about to your brow bone, but trying to keep a majority of the color concentrated low on the crease area. And you just bring that all the way around the eye like so. Working that in, make sure we blend that out very nicely, because that's not going to be a lead color in our look, but it is going to give us a nice gradient effect to be able to make sure that we don't have any harsh lines, and building up on that black and brown color that's going to really stand out in the outside of this eye. Okay. From there, we're going to go in back to our LORAC palette, and we're going to build our colors up. So we're going to start in with the Sable, then we'll move to Espresso, and then we'll go into black. So you'll see how we build that in. I'm switching brushes. This brush is a bit fluffy, so I want to go with a nice blending brush that has a little bit, that is a little bit more that Sable color I just showed you, and we're going to stay low on the lid with that color, and we're going to just move that into a circular motion. So in a circular motion, we're just going to work that out, and then we'll gradually start working that into the crease area with a little bit of a windshield wiper motion. Coming back here, making sure we pull that color up into the crease area, but making sure that we blend it out appropriately. Again, we want most of the color to concentrate on the lid, but we do want to have a little blendability in the crease. Bringing that over. Now you don't want to bring that all the way across like you did your transition color, but we do want to start it to move over so that we have a gradual move to the center of the eye. All right. Let's grab a little bit more of that Sable. Do it one more time just to pack that color on. And we're going to just bring it in a nice circular motion towards the center of your lid and bringing it into the middle. All right. Once you've done that, now we can move on to our darker color, because we're going to build it up to be a nice smoky look on the outside to get that sultry cat eye effect, okay? So we'll move on to the Espresso, keeping this even lower than we did the Sable. And bringing that in. And you see I'm using a nice circular motion, and it should give you a nice buffed out look once you're finished. This color we're not going to bring in as far. You're going to bring it in, but as you get darker and darker, we leave that color further and further away from the center of the eye, okay? So we buff that out, like so. Bringing it in and over, but not as far as we did the last two colors. And as you can see, we're getting some dark color there. Now we move on to the black, same exact brush. We get that black, and this time we keep it really concentrated just on the lid. Okay, bring it in. And that black is really going to make it really nice. Inside this LORAC palette, the black is pretty strong. I'm really liking the intensity that we're getting with this black color. Okay, let's go ahead and get our blending brush, our fluffy blending brush, and let's blend that out a little bit more. Okay. Picking up a little bit more of your transition color, bring that back through the crease for me, please, on that fluffy blending brush to make sure that everything blends nicely together. And we need to go back now and intensify our lid colors, because we've kind of, blended everything out in such a way that we kind of lost our pewter and our light bronze color. All right, so let's go ahead and make sure that's blended out nicely. Going back in with just our regular shadow brush. As I said, this comes from BH Cosmetics, and I'm going to grab the pewter. If you hear Baxter, that's him, making sure that the neighbors know that he's on guard. And we go back over the pewter color first. And then we go back in with our light bronze. And then we go back in with our blending brush one more time. This time we're making sure that black kind of blends into the pewter very nicely, like so. Now you have to excuse my brows. They are so due for a cleaning up, but I'm trying to let them grow out just a little bit so that I can get a little bit more of an arch. Okay. So I think I'm pretty comfortable with the way that looks. I would like to now go ahead and put my highlighter on. And with that, I just take a nice little brush. In this case, I just have a nice fluffy brush from M.A.C. Baxter, can I get you not to do that, please? And I'm going to grab that light bronze again. This time it's going to be our highlighter color. And we're just going to touch the brow bone with this color. And then we kind of buff it out. And of course, since we have added an additional color there, I want to add to the intensity of that transition color again. So without adding additional product, I just get my blending brush and blend that back out so that we have a nice transition between the highlighter and the lower colors. We don't want the highlighter to like, stick out like that. So we want the highlighter to be a nice little soft highlight and not really end up as the star of the show. Okay. Okay. Good. Now let's go ahead and work this bottom of the eyelid. We're going to start out by getting a nice pencil liner, and I'm just using Wet n Wild black pencil, and I'm going to line my waterline here. I'm also going to tight line my eye where I go from the tear duct area and line all the way around the top. It looks all kind of crazy and wacky, and sometimes I get a little cry going on. Oh, it's so sad. The things we do for beauty. All right, and from there, we're then going to just build a little bit of color here at the bottom. And in doing so, we just grab a nice brush that's a little thin, a little smaller brush, and we go back with the same colors that we started with. Since we already have black already down there, I'm going to smoke that out a little bit, which just means I'm going to blend that out on the bottom of my eyelid. And I don't really like a harsh black at the bottom. So I also go back in with my brown. So I'll grab some of that Sable just and throw it on top of the black to kind of give it more of a less, harsh black appearance. There's some over here. I'm bringing that out. All right, guys, this is the final look. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please remember to thumbs up this video. It really helps me out a lot. And make sure you subscribe. If you know anybody that you think would like to watch this video, please share that with them. And until next time, please be safe and stay beautiful. I love you guys. Bye-bye.